Welcome. I am Marina Orms, the founder of Astrology Heals at astrologyheals.com. I've been doing astrology since the early 90s. And the thing that I want to talk to you about today is the planet Neptune and what Neptune is all about. Last week, I shared a little bit with you about what are the archetypes. And archetypes are sets of symbols that create meaning, that give us characters and personas that dwell within us and make up our personalities. So just like we have the archetype of the princess or the archetype of the hero that we can identify with, the archetype of the enemy, these different characters and personas that we can identify with inside of ourselves, but also identify with in stories, in movies, in mythology, etc. So that is how astrology operates. And when we talk about the science of astrology, that's really what we're talking about. We're talking about how these archetypes speak to us, and how we psychologically and spiritually and energetically identify with them. So what is the planet Neptune about? And by the way, I'm choosing Neptune to talk about because we are in the time of the year when Pisces people have their birthdays. Sun sign Pisces is born around this time, and Neptune is the ruler of Pisces. Neptune is actually the modern ruler of Pisces because Neptune wasn't discovered technically until the 1840s. So before that, the ruler of Pisces would have been Jupiter, and now they're considered to be co-rulers of the sign of Pisces. But Neptune is a very important planet, and it's a very important planet for the sign of Pisces. It relates to the same qualities that Pisces does. And Neptune is, of course, in mythology, Neptune was the god of the sea. So Neptune is the energy or the archetype or the set of symbols and patterns that have to do with the meaning of spirituality. So Neptune is about the bigger picture. It's about how we connect with something that is sort of bigger than life, or has a bigger sense of meaning and truth beyond the ordinary, beyond the everyday. And one of the things that Neptune relates to is the ways that we connect with the divine, the ways that we connect with something that is outside the ordinary, such as dreams, or going into shamanic or mystical experiences would be in the realm of Neptune. But Neptune just can be also how we feel that bigger sense of belonging. So a connection with nature, a connection with your own. So when you meditate, or feel that when you breathe deeply and connect with sort of a feeling of peace, that can be you connecting with Neptune. And Neptune is about transcendence. So transcending our separation, so transcendent oneness, that feeling of unity and interconnectedness. And Neptune relates to also the dissolving of boundaries. So the ability to sort of pick up on other people's energies, and have to consciously have a boundary to remember where you end and the next person begins, or if somebody else is having thoughts or feelings, that you're not absorbing those, picking those up. And so that is, everybody has Neptune. People who are a Pisces sun have the influence of Neptune because it's the ruler of their sun sign. But all of us have Neptune somewhere in our chart. And the sign that Neptune is in, of course, because Neptune does stay in a sign for many years, it's one of those outer, slow-moving planets. farther away from the sun, farther away from the earth. So it stays in a sign for years at a time, meaning that everybody who's born within a certain time period, period of several years, has Neptune in the same sign. But you can find out your Neptune sign. You can Google it by just based on the year that you were born, but you can also, if you want to know where all the planets are in your chart, you can order a natal report from Astrology Heals, and we do provide you with a natal report that gives you your chart, but also tells you what sign each of your planets is in and what are the soul lessons for that sign. So if you have Neptune, which again, everybody has Neptune somewhere. Everybody has a sense of spirituality and a need to connect with something that gives meaning and purpose to their life. And that is what the archetype of Neptune connects us to. That will be somewhere in your chart. It will be in a particular sign, and that particular sign will show what your spiritual path looks like. So what is that for you? What are the soul lessons that you are learning related to your spiritual needs and your spiritual path? So that's just one part of the chart, one of the planetary archetypes that we were talking about today. If you want to order a natal report, you can go to astrologyheals.com and click on products, and you can order your own personalized natal report right there that will tell you where Neptune and all of the planets are in your chart and what those soul lessons are. So astrologyheals.com. And if you want to dive even deeper, once you understand where your planets are and what signs they are in, this book is super helpful. This is my book, Astrology Heals. It's also available at astrologyheals.com. And it will also help you understand your chart and how it has meaning for you in your life. So I hope that you check it out and continue to explore with me these this fascinating roadmap to the soul that walks you through the archetypes and how they impact you and your experience of life. All right. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and we'll talk about another archetype. All right. Take care. Bye for now.